So, we've talked about doing a lot of different things with fractions, simplifying them, converting them from mixed to improper, improper to mixed, and then adding common fractions, related, unrelated, like and unlike. So, what if I have a mixed number and I need to add a mixed number? So, what I mean by that is, if I had 5.5 and I wanted to add that to 2 3/4. Well, I have some really good news for you. You kind of already know how to do this because the process for fractions stays the same and the whole numbers don't interact with the function or the process of the fractions. So let's focus for a minute on just the fractions. And I'm going to go back to what I know about fractions, and that is that I need a common denominator. So hopefully through our work you've noticed 2 and 4, they need a common denominator of 4. That's the least common multiple. So the good news here is 3/4 isn't going to change. Only the 1/2 is. So how do I go from a half to a fourth? Well, I would have to multiply that by 2. So what I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. And now I see that 1/2 is the same as 2/4. Now remember, 3/4 was a fourth already. I didn't have to do anything to it. The only difference with adding mixed numbers is just remember your whole number. So now I had 5 wholes and I had 2 wholes. And now I'm ready to add my fraction pieces. So 2/4 and 3/4. That means I have 5/4. 5 plus 2 is 7. And I'm hoping you're looking at your answer wondering, something doesn't look right there. And you're right. I need to do something about that 5/4. Now I'm going to move it up here just so I have more room. And what I'm going to need to do is rename this fraction, okay? Because I have an improper fraction here, 5/4. So let's convert that into a mixed number. So hold on to that 7, put it in your back pocket, don't lose it. But let's focus on that 5/4. So I know that 4 goes into 5 one whole time. I'm going to have 1 left over, and they were fourths. So now all I need to do is combine that new mixed number with the 7 I already had. So 7 plus 1 is 8. I have a fourth left over. 8 1/4. I can't simplify that. That's the most basic piece. That's my answer. So here's another example. 3 2/3 plus 1 8/9. So the first step is to look at the fractions, 2/3 and 8/9. And I see that they are unlike. So let's make them the same. Let's make them common. So I'm going to list out the multiples of 3, the multiples of 9. And I see that the least common multiple of 3 and 9 is 9. So let's go about converting some fractions. So 3 times 3 is going to give me that denominator of 9 that I need. So I do the same on the top. 2 times 3 is 6. Don't forget your whole number. Bring over that 3. And let's go down here. 1 8/9. That's already a ninth. I don't have to do a thing to it. So now I have like fractions. They're both denominators of 9. So when I add my numerators, I see I have 14/9. 3 plus 1 is 4. But 14/9 is improper. So let's change that into a mixed number. 9 can go into 14 one whole time. I would have 5 left over, and they were ninths. Don't forget about your whole number. Now let's add that to the 4 wholes I already had here. So my answer is 5 and 5/9. I can't simplify 5/9 anymore. They don't have any common factors other than 1. Alright, so now is your chance to give it your best shot. We have 4 2/3 and 1 8/9. Take a moment, pause the video, and make some equivalent fractions and see if you can add and rename if necessary and simplify our answer. When you looked at this, hopefully you saw that 3 and 9, the least common multiple I need is going to be ninths. So 1 8/9 is already a ninth. Don't change it. Move it over. Let's come over here and convert this fraction. So 3 times 3 is going to give me that ninth. So I'm going to do the same on the top. Bring over your 4. And let's put these together. 6 plus 8 is 14. That's 14/9. And now let's rename. So I know 14/9 is really 1 5/9. So when I add that 1 to the 5 I already had, 6 5/9.